Meeting. I am Talisha. I am chair, and then I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Shirley West, the secretary. Debbie Watt. And if y'all see her putting on her sunglasses tonight, she's not weird. She has to put them on. So we do want. Wow. We do want to start off with prayer, and we're going to have Pastor Taylor Hodges from Harvest Light Baptist Church lead us off in prayer. So we'll stand up and we appreciate you coming and doing that.
God in heaven, we thank you for all the blessings that you give each one of us. Thank you for our community, for all the blessings of you. We thank you for this meeting. We thank you for the God here. In the wisdom and guidance. We ask you to bless us on this person. Amen.
Amen. And then we want to stand up I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do need a volunteer for a sergeant at arms. That's to keep the minutes, so we don't go over when we're talking. Do I have any volunteers? Yeah, to keep the time. What did I say? Sorry. Anybody want to volunteer for that? David?
Okay. In veteran.
All right, so we are the board members. So I'll just say I'm President Felicia. And so I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Okay. All right, new business. We do want to start off. So we need a vice secretary, and we did receive one application, and that is from Mel Adams, and we wanted.
I am the only person that is sad, people. That is sad.
So we wanted to see if you accept the vice secretary position.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, well, come on up here. Only thank you. So this is Mel Adams. She is now vice secretary.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, and I'm motion to accept her as vice secretary. And I second. Okay, good. Welcome aboard. We were going to have a presentation of Moronda Homes. They were just going to come and speak. They've had quite a few people stop in. I met them at an event. They stopped in to their new model in Flagler Estates with a lot of negative people going in there and telling them, why are you coming here? But they were going to come and explain like they're just the builder. They buy the land, they build the home, but they weren't able to make it today. So they might come to the next meeting. They just were not able to make it today. But they did want to explain that they're not, why they were building homes out here, along with other builders as well. But they said that they could not come tonight, so maybe they'll come another time. We do have some old business to talk about, which is our Flagler Estates Fall Festival. We want to have it October the 12th, and we were thinking from 10 to 2. Our location is still up in the air. We usually have it here, but we were hoping to have it somewhere else because we can have more vendors come, and there's not that much parking here. So we were hoping to have it somewhere else, and we're still trying to figure that out. We were going to see if we could have it at your place, but then someone told us that you're not able to have events there at this moment. At the moment.
That's an insurance issue.
Okay. All right. So
they told us that.
And then we're still waiting on Jack to get an answer from us too about, where we can have it. If all else fails, we're gonna have it here, but it's just the issue of we won't be able to have that many, vendors, especially if they have um, like a trailer or whatever, they won't be able to participate. So,
Have you talked to Mr. Simon?
he did say we could have it there. So,
Oh, okay,
but
so there
it
is
was
that.
just a brief discussion on
Right.
Tuesday. He said we could have it there, but I still want to make sure we're going to ask the county attorney and all
Sure.
of that just to make sure all of that's
Yeah.
good, and then we'll let everybody know. Probably not by next meeting. It'll be before then, and it'll be an email to you or either a post on the Flagler Estates CRA page. Stuff.
You talk about fall festival. I have already made arrangements for bounce houses for the children to be here, and it has to be at this location for insurance purposes.
They said we can't have it.
They let us have one before, only because the rules are very specific about how you bounce on, that's right. You have it here, you have to show that you're gonna be insurance, and B, county employees have to be on site. Right? The county, the park rec department has two other real events that they make now, planning that biggest thing.
So I can go on with the bounce house, and I've already made arrangements for it, already scheduled to be here. Today, I talked to people from Humana Insurance out in Buckford. They will supply a dump tank. And I would get in the dump tank, just up like a car, I wouldn't get in it. Has to be here, insurance purposes. And, bring you a little bit up to date. Here a couple months ago.
No, in front of it.
No,
Well,
actually, you can use it. You can use it. You don't have to use the process. You got permission to use it, right? So they have permission to use the center, nothing that's it.
But-
Keep the bounce house.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely, but our big thing is we're not going to be able to have the dump tank. We're not going to be able to have the bounce house, and we're not going to be able to have as many food vendors or vendors that need their trailers and stuff because of, first off, the county employees not going to be here, Jack said, and there's not much parking, and they can't set up their stuff here.
I don't know if you cancel it, but it was the last festival we had.
It won't be canceled. I mean, we'll have it here.
But I think what happened is because we didn't have a schedule for county employees, therefore.
So originally, fall harvest festival, then we think it that long. And I've done a festival and event that you all held by yourself without co-counting event. The spring event, the new one, was one that you did with that.
Yeah, the county put it on.
That's right. Well, you'll both be together. You can have both of them. So it's, if I understand, it's still going to be a CRA event by itself without the county. And because the county knew that, they never had any intention on putting an employee here for that event. And then when it came up that, oh, you guys want to have a bounce out, the only way to comply with the attorney ruling on that would be that you had to have insurance and you had to have a county employee present. So that way, if something happened, you'd be identified.
So when you say county employee, somebody from the road department,
I don't think the road,
how about fire rescue?
for sure, I should check into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still up in there. We're just trying to make everybody happy. So, and that was our big thing. There's just some vendors that want to come out, and we're not going to be able to allow you to come because we bring in stuff for them. Let me ask you this. It's copy out. You want?
Yes, the attorney has that is the requirement
Why?
for insurance purposes. In case somebody, it's county property. Usually, someone will be getting hurt. The county might. Insurance.
So essentially, last 2 times this happened, again.
The last time you guys had the bounce out here, you were compliant, right? I mean, boarding there, and you had insurance.
Which that was the spring clean. Yes.
Okay, so we'll narrow down to find what is considered county employee.
Yeah. But that's what,
In the meantime, is there any like making bounce out on another thing?
It's already scheduled and then they're filed
our other location was gonna be Simon's place. Whenever we found out we couldn't do it at the church. So, and I talked with Simon briefly about it on Tuesday, but that it was just very brief. He said he didn't mind, but I don't know the specifics for that either. So that's why we wanted to talk about the fall festival.
Once, can you not like this? You might want to work that afternoon. I'll work on what I can.
I have a meeting tomorrow with people that want to put the dunk tank in. And I'll tell them what they're going to do.
All right, Simon, since you're here, are you still okay with us having it there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
We are insured and covered, so I know.
Okay. With the sure.
So he doesn't require the insurance. Any bounce house can go anywhere without insurance. I mean, you know.
Well,
Yeah, tell me you rent it from has $1 million
Okay.
ability insurance.
Right.
every company will
And
have
for
their
child
own.
to get in it, the parent has to sign release of liability.
Right.
That's no right.
Well, each company will have each vendor will have their own insurance.
Right.
Is your location bigger than this one?
Same, what about the same?
It's the same, but since this is all blocked off where you can't pull vehicles through, they could go all the way around his place and put their vendor stuff
Right.
up. Gotcha. Yeah. So we'd be able to have 4 vendors. He already has insurance in place.
Yes.
Just to recap.
Yes.
And then the question would be Bill. And it is more work on your part that you have done. If you would be willing to switch it to Randall
I'll
Street,
see if I can.
you'll see if you can. So we'll just keep everybody and you'll keep us updated on that part. And then we'll talk more about that, about having it there once we talk with Jack. And
That's right.
I mean, we do have a little bit of time. I just would like to have it set by the next meeting where the actual location's gonna be, or before then. So, because there has been a lot of vendors reach out. We do have well, I guess let's talk about the activities, entertainment, and so activities, of course, would be the bounce house, the dunk tank, and then whatever other activities we came up with, and we want it to be a group thing. So if you guys have any ideas of stuff that y'all would like to see there for the adults and the kids, let us know and we can jot that down so we have it on the place. Because I don't see Stephanie Simons. I think she's attended before and talked about carving pumpkins. So hopefully she'll come next time. Or we can reach out to her. Yeah. And maybe get some volunteers to organize crafts or activities for the kids. Okay. Entertainment, we did like Salt Run. David That's their name, right? Salt Run?
Yes.
And you got their telephone number today? From David. So we'll reach out to them and see if they can do it again.
Really, do that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
To
Okay. And then I don't know if any of you guys are interested. The sheets are over here. It's the vendor request form. If you guys want to be a vendor, it's $25, and all the money that we collect, we're giving it to Simon. So if y'all have any, if y'all know anybody, take one of those forms. I think there's like 20 of them. If not, I posted it on the CRA page to email me your email address, and I'll send you this by email if y'all don't get it tonight. And then, of course, we'll just cash, and it's the day of the festival. And like I said, we give it back to Simon because of all that he does out here, and he can use it for all of us to put back into the community. Okay. What else? Anything you need to talk about, Jack, with the county? Anything you need to go over?
No, I mean, we meet September, it'll be right before the budget passed, so we may have a better sense of what's in the budget for next year.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of it. There's an election. And I don't think they can pass this year because you have Commissioner Arnold as your commissioner. So 2 of the incumbents lost.
No update with on your end with FPL or the spectrum.
That's still the attorneys. It's between them and Jesse if they want to fund it.
FPL, they're talking about the street lights. It comes up at one of the commission meetings in September.
Okay.
I don't know which one.
Might be the one where they pass the budget.
But we'll be notified of that meeting, right? Or we
Yeah.
need to.
You just go on.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Bill, do you want to?
Yeah, I have one other thing I have on there about the new fire station that's coming out here. They surveyed the property and they found the well and the septic system of the homes that used to be there. So it's going to be a little cost saving therefore.
So where's it gonna be at?
At the property right next door here. All the trees are on, was it Melanie? Yeah, Melanie.
Like in between Oliver and East Deep Creek, or where on Melanie?
Right next door here. Between
Yeah, I know. Well, I live right next door, so that's why I'm asking.
the next street up, what is it, Kircher?
They go
Where the
yonder goes Nicolich because it goes that way.
It's this way.
it's where the horseshoes are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Horseshoes are right
the
there.
park thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, over yonder that way. I got you.
And they had a question about the culverts that I had to give to the engineering department. Due to the weight of our apparatus, they would like to have concrete culverts. They cost a lot of money. In the district who installs culverts for us, they don't have the equipment to handle it. That means you'd have to have a crane come in and do it. So we'll see what happens there.
So, and they're still saying by 2025.
Early 2025.
I really need to get started, right?
They're working on it.
So like I have a question. Is it gonna be just the is that a 1.14 acre lot, or is it gonna be, are they taking both lots?
Yes.
So it'll be the whole,
They want 2 driveways.
okay.
One on,
So it's gonna be all the way up there with the horseshoes all the way down to all of it. Okay. So
there'll be
that,
a fire engine, there'll be a tanker, there'll be an ambulance, and off-road fire truck, military type of truck.
okay. All right. Well, so they might have enough room then, because I thought they were just gonna take the 1.14 acre.
Wait, they're taking the walking trail space as well?
Yes.
So the horseshoes and the walking trail is gone.
Yes. The
Horseshoes, I've never seen anybody use, no place to park.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of trails to walk back yonder if you
Yeah,
want to.
exactly.
Anyway, I mean, we live in the country, so I mean, that's kind of gay anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? That's just for like, you know.
That's right.
I'm with her.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Fire station.
I mean, if you live out here, you have an acre and a quarter, go walk in your own yard. You know?
That's right.
Well, I do put some rebar up, throw some horseshoes. You know, I'm just saying.
Doesn't the park district still have the, wait, no, I'm misled. This is the street here, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, so then directly back. So if they're putting the fire station on this area over here, horseshoes and walking trail now,
Yeah.
then don't we also have these lots
You have
here
two
that have
lots.
not been developed with anything on them?
Right.
Well, I think we need to know what people want.
Yeah. What was it, 2 properties?
Yeah, behind here.
Okay, so let's put that on the thingamabobby and ask folks.
Right.
What do they want,
That
what should we
would
do
be
with that?
For our next quarterly county meeting to have our
Yeah, we all
list of
live here,
questions.
we all should have a voice in that and, make it known what you guys want.
Yeah, bring that to the meeting, folks. Come and say what you would like.
Okay. David,
Yes, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, somebody else keep a watch. Okay, I'll keep it very short. I was inquiring about the lighting, and I understand that we're still at the dollar hold problem, and once that is agreed to, then it will go through. Is that it? The $7,000 is what's holding up the whole deal? Right?
yeah,
Gotta get it straight.
is it the $7,000 holding up the deal?
Yep, I apologize, I'll, you know, please begin.
That the money for new poles and everything is what's holding up the agreement.
No, that's not just the funds, it is who controls the roads, the road and water district or the CRA. And the fund.
You know how long this has been going on?
Yeah.
A year. A whole year.
Yeah.
And we don't seem to be able to communicate between the Road and Water District Board and the County Commission and their lawyers. Now, we've had the same agreement for 20 years with the lighting that the CRA has been providing to school children for the buses in the early morning hours. And this whole thing was set up with a new arrangement, which having LED lighting, and we have more children here, so we had to add some poles. But there's no question as to who owns these roads and those easements. Am I correct?
True.
So somebody, I say somebody, some entity has picked this to say, oh no, we can't have that. We've got to talk about it. We've got to go back and forth and all this kind of jazz. And it's a bunch of crap, plain and simple. So your county commissioner isn't doing a job for you all, plain and simple.
Well, I just will have to say, agreeing with you that I don't understand.
This
because
is not
you
a
just said
discussion.
if it's this or if it's the CRA. The CRA doesn't pay for shit.
Yes, they do.
Well,
That's how unknowledgeable you are.
Well,
And maintain.
we don't have homeowner association.
I understand.
We just have taxes that we pay for the county. So I'm just saying the CRA doesn't pay for it.
I have been here.
Okay, it's fine. I'm just saying.
Excuse me, are you going to talk me over?
I might.
And you'll just disrupt this meeting.
It's okay. You go ahead because you're the elder and I will respect you, sir.
Can you fill out a form and that?
You still at your form and you have the floor.
It's okay,
And I'm
gentlemen.
telling you all, and I've beat this until
I
I'm
agree with you.
totally breathless, that we have what is called a trust fund that comes from the difference between our appraised value and what the current appraised value is. Okay? And it goes up year by year, right? Now, it has been going up. Come on, Jack, wake up.
I'm looking right at you, I'm wide awake.
And do you understand the question about what the trust fund
You know
is?
what, you don't have to treat me that way, sir.
That's right.
Well,
I answer
really?
a question.
Right.
Ask a
Well,
question.
then answer the question. Pay attention to the meeting.
Ask you respectfully.
I'll do my best, but I gotta tell you.
Very well right now.
Very good.
I've been sitting
We told them.
and quiet. I will be glad to tone it down. But I gotta tell you, after all these years, that some folks just don't understand.
Well, we understand, but you don't
Do you?
work. Yes.
Do you know that we had $643,000?
All right, your time's up. All right. And I understand your,
All right,
David, you has been chair. I understand your frustration, but your time's up.
But you don't get it, and you're not doing anything about it. And you're kidding yourself if you let this continue. But I won't.
I just would like to interject a little bit only because I was involved with the phone call with Jesse Dunn, who is the director of the operations and management who's doing the budget, correct?
He's the
Budget director for the county. And I do just want to say that the funds were submitted in a request and the county has the information. The agreements were given to them for FPL. This was the letter that was brought up at the last meeting. And it really, it's just part of the budgeting process, which Jack raised the issue that we'll have a county meeting in September, which will be before the budget is approved finally. Will the meeting be before the final budget meeting?
I think it'll be just that.
Really?
I think this past budget is the last council meeting of the month, and you guys are, that's on Tuesday, and you guys are on Thursday, so it'll be.
Okay, then Jack, I have a real question. In that discussion that I had just with Jesse Dunn, he wanted a CRA meeting. Now, not the Flagler Estates CRA meeting. He wanted the county CRA people to meet.
I sent you an email
About the attorneys.
We have met, and we know that we're not legal, and we can't make that determination.
Well, here's the problem I have with this. After our last quarterly meeting, because I wanted to follow it up with what Keely West, your county attorney, was saying, I talked with her and she said all that was necessary was that the funding be approved by Jesse Dunn. So I called him.
And ask Jesse.
And I did ask Jesse, and then he sent this email to you on action steps
to
set up a meeting.
We have pushed it back saying if legal approves it and you approve it, then we can do it. We can't make that. The departments can't make that decision without legal and budget.
So what do you need, Jack, from Keely West to say that this meeting needs to happen?
Listen to what you said. You said you went to Keely. She said all
it needs was the funding.
That's right. And then Jesse said that he came back to us and said, what do you guys do? If we said if you fund it, we'll do it. And that's the answer.
So we need to get in touch with Jesse. Yeah.
Yeah, can you, you know what? Let's take motion that motion that you will follow up this discussion here today with Jesse Dunn about next steps, in response to this, happening.
All right. This is in reference to the light.
To the light. Mm-hmm. And by switching to LED, the benefit to us is we are already paying for street lights in Flagler Estates for these already, and we're only adding 8 more. And the fact is, once they convert them to LEDs, the monthly bill should come down.
Are they all working?
No.
Well, that's another thing that needs to happen. Is if we're not working.
Right. Why are we adding? Why are we borrowed to next 6 months?
Oh, you pay for the light, not for the light.
The county pays out of the tip. That's what we all need to understand. We basically, when we were created decades ago, it's because we're in a tax increment financing district. That is what David's referencing when he talks about the $643,000 a year that is specifically meant for us as a community to develop our community. So that you know, so that we are looking out for each other. But whatever you want to do, honestly, whatever we want to do, whatever we want to do with that money, we need to do it. If it's, you know, if it's people like veterans or disabled that need ramps to get into their homes, if it's whatever it is, I mean, it's safety issues. That's why the lighting got brought up.
Well, may I interject and just ask Mr. Feller back there? Because if you want to know where things get allocated, then why don't we know where they get allocated to? Can we have a thing where it says it went to this, it went to that? That way you have, you know, whenever you do book work, you have to do your book work at the end of the month and make all your stuff right so you can compensate and whatever. So I'm just saying, if you get allocated that much dollars, then you should be able to know where it goes and have the book work, and it should be allocated for, and there should be somebody that accounts for that. So I just would like to know who is responsible for that and who takes care of that. Do they get paid for that? Is it somebody from, like, there's somebody that gets paid for that. So it would just be nice. That should be public information that we should have so we would know where our dollars are going. If it's that much money, and like Mr. Feller that's getting upset over there is, you know, we don't need him to get upset if he can just know where his dollars are going, and that way we can say it needs to go somewhere, then he don't have to get upset.
So much of our TIF money was spent back in 2005.
Well, so you want to answer the question or what?
Oh, you want Jack to answer
Well,
that?
you want the county man, right? Well, I don't know the answer.
No, but I do know that I was disappointed when
he might know somebody. He might know the right feller or the right lady that knows the right answer.
He does, and it's just done that presents to us.
Okay, so we meet on the next meeting, then that's your homework. See, you got to go home and do homework. Yes, sir.
From the chair.
You got it. Direction. Give them homework. Give them the homework.
In 3 minutes.
As David, or anyone sitting at that table would tell you, they've attended meetings on a quarterly basis with the county.
Oh, you seen me up here before.
That the county answered any question they had about the budget. They asked them where the impact fees go. They tell them that. They asked them how much money is left in the TIF. Where can those money be used to? All that is.
Tell them they want it on paper.
It's given.
QuickBooks. Something.
Yeah, Jesse would like to make a motion that at the quarterly meeting, Jesse provide you with a monthly expense.
No. So last year.
We got to hold them accountable. We want to know where the role you're asking me.
So last year, David and Talisha was one-on-one with Jesse Dunn. He showed them how much, he showed them, if you open the book, he showed every single penny. He showed them how much is being used to pay the monthly light bill. He showed them how much money they had based on the TIF, where the had the value gone up or down, and how much. He gave them their budget, which is $16,000, which is more than they got like 2 years ago. All of that was shared with you.
Do y'all have any of that? Do y'all have any of that?
I was there 2 years ago. She was there.
I was there. That should be a public record. Can you go back and find that? I'm just saying.
It is public record. You guys go on the county website, the budget, you can see how much money is used.
Can we see how much money is specifically used for Fleckner Estates?
You should be able to. I mean, budget, it's a massive document. But you can filter through it and you should be able to see it.
We should.
So we need to send Jesse 1,000 emails and aggravate him.
No, I wouldn't do that. I really think that Jesse has been very generous with the information. It's just a matter of the fact that 2 years ago, when I was at the meeting where it was explained, I was very just disappointed by the time I left because I found out that the steering committee in the past, like back in 2005, 2006, they spent money before they even got it. They spent like $5-6 million on roads here, on paving roads. So then the county had to take the loan, and then the CRA was paying it back, like almost between $400,000 or $500,000 of that $643,000 a year was to pay back a loan until last year's meeting, and then you would need to pick up the conversation from there because did they say they had paid the loan off?
The loan is not paid off yet. It's close to being paid off.
I don't know what you call close, but the agreement that Jesse Dunn and you and I made was that we would pay $400,000 a year until the end of the CRA period, which would be 2032. It's over after that, okay?
It's zero balance.
I'm sorry?
Then the loan will be at a zero balance.
Right.
Yeah, it would be a zero balance at that point. So in other words, the county carried us all those years, okay? But they didn't forget the loan. We just kicked it down to now we're making money and now we're paying it. And instead of taking all the money, and that's what we agreed to, that he said, look, if we can pay 400,000, it'll be paid off by 2032. Okay. And what's left is what we can use for the benefit of Flag Grove State. Okay. And so that's how the budget is set up. And for next year, it's the 400,000 and it's 140,000 for some road improvements with this, with schools. Now, with regards to the lighting, that's $7,000. My God, that's pocket change as far as I'm concerned. So I'm sure that can be worked out. And our lighting bill would continue the same. In other words, we have an ongoing arrangement until we are out of business. And it was that the light bill would be paid. Okay, now it's going to change a little bit because of the poles and such, but it'll be fine. It'll just go on the way it always has. And why we stopped a year ago and couldn't go any further, I have no clue. But that's the way it's all
Well,
set up.
FPL and Spectrum are the ones that are like, have been going on this forever and we can't get anything done with them.
Spectrum has something to do with lighting.
No, I'm saying those are the two things that we've been working on.
Oh, you're talking about the cable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I didn't even want to bring that.
No, I know.
That
We don't
is
even
such
know.
a fiasco to begin with. It'll take its own effort to correct.
I truly believe this is just the process every year. I mean, we can't even update our CRA meeting signs until October because that's just when the funds become available that get approved. So none of these lights, or I don't see lights, I don't see any improvements happening until the money is approved for use in October.
Let me ask you this, are we paying for the busted lights, with the busted, are we still paying for them?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we put the money into, instead of putting new lights up, let's first get the one fixed that we already have, and then add this. It's the
You'll take
logical.
the promise.
Well,
You'll stop
Getting
the
something, why am I
process.
putting money why am I paying more money for something that doesn't already work?
Well,
Why am I gonna spend
First of
more
all-
money to that?
First, I would think that FPL would be responsible for fixing their own lights.
I would hope so.
Right, yes.
and they will
I hope
fix
so.
them if
They
people
need to
turn them
service
in.
those lights that
They
we're
will.
paying for service. We're paying for the
They
service.
need
They need to change the bulb, but they need to put an
They're
LED.
not complaining.
So,
They're just not complaining.
Or you want to actions on it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's back
Some
to
of them-
$400,000. We have to pay that back, and our taxes keep going up out here every year. Why do the ones that just moved in here 10 years ago have to be responsible for the $400,000 that was made way back in 2005?
Jack, I can't answer
If
that.
I understand the question correctly, they're not, because you're only,
My taxes for this year have gone up.
that's
right
right,
here.
but so does everybody else.
Everybody.
Everybody's having to pay it whether they live out here or not.
We don't control the non-ad valorem tax. That's what.
It's crazy anyway to have 2 different taxes put on your bill. You know, we're in the counties. So that should be all the taxes we have to pay, not,
Yeah, we had nothing to do with taxes.
I mean, that's crazy though. We pay ungodly amounts for our taxes out here.
Yeah, I mean, I would call
Yeah.
the property appraiser and talk to them about that because we can't, I mean, my
I
taxes
talked to them
go
before
up.
and it said it was the way y'all had it set up out here.
Well, I moved out here in 1999 and it used to be like really cheap, like $500. But now it's like because everybody else and their grandmama is moving out here, all the Yankees and everything, you know, it just, and then they're building all the rich fancy houses. And so like I might have the biggest yard on the block, but they got the fanciest house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just jacks it up and it ain't on Mountain Dew. It's just on your taxes.
It's not fair.
Moved out to the country for a reason, but it's just progress, like that Judd song, like Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Like it's progress and we just can't change it, you know, just
Well,
it
when I
is.
first moved out here on taxes, we're like $900.
I know, and you know how I feel.
$900 now.
They're trying to run us out of here, but I ain't gonna let them run me out of here. I might could rent that son of a bitch out and make some money off of it, but I ain't gonna sell it out because if I do, I'll never be able to afford to live in the county that I was born and raised in. Because I'm 44 years old, and there wasn't no 312 bridge. My mama grew up by Anastasia Island, and my daddy grew up by the hunting park. So I had the beach money and the redneck. So that's why I'm a little bit crazy.
Little bit country.
I'm just a little bit dealing.
Dean,
Yes, for a reason. I keep hearing about parties. I keep hearing about surface streets and of course lights. Do you have, where are you gonna put these lights? Do you have it already set up?
that's
I
right.
like to see a copy of that, please. But also, my main thing is David Williams. He brought up a good thing when he was in office about impact fees. Have y'all been to the court trying to get these impact fees coming out here, or y'all just sitting here talking about parties and roads?
I haven't done anything about impact fees.
Well, David Williams brought up a good thing about that. If people move out here to pay these impact fees, take that money and put it out here to pay by road.
Yeah.
Instead of going in different areas. You see what I'm
Well, I
trying to
mean,
say?
that's out of my.
And the impact fee depends on the square footage of your house.
David Williams, can I ask you a question? Yes. All right, on the impact fee, you're trying to get the impact fee to come out here. Remember that.
I gotta ask the question about impact fees.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I mean, ask it. I don't know anything about.
Listen,
the impact fees are being generated by the development that's coming here, that's building here. The question is, there are two things that we actually should be sharing, and I say directly, as opposed to indirectly, which is your fire and rescue and all the education, all those things is for everybody.
Right.
Right. But when it comes to your park and your roads, they're yours. We own them. But
Yeah.
road impact fees cannot be spent in Flagler Estates
Why?
because it's a rule. And I've been after the county commission for a year and a half. I keep saying, hey, where these guys meet, they're going to make up the new regulations that are going to come into effect at the end of this year. I can't get a clear answer. I can't get a response. And I've said, if you want to look at some of the speeches I made and the stuff, you know, it's right to the point. And they're like, really? Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay, sorry. And it goes on. And they've yet to respond to impact fees. I'll be there for your county commission meetings coming up. I can assure you. And that's the reason why I wanted to stop here tonight, to figure out whether they're still fooling with the lights and what's going on there, as opposed to the same thing with impact fees in our roads that they're not helping us with. And Mr. Simon brought up the issue of road tax. We don't get into that either. We got trucks in and out of here all day long. But nobody's sharing any road tax with us.
Well, we can't receive funds from road tax.
Nobody's ever told me we couldn't. We just haven't. We just,
But that's
nobody
for
gives
all of
us
you
that.
guys, like, y'all need to reach out to the commissioners and stuff. We have nothing to do with impact fees.
Well, you
Just like,
you brand new right now.
right?
Okay. David Williams been out for many years, and he's the one trying to get started with the impact fee.
Mhm.
And I agree with him 100%. Y'all need to go to the meeting.
Yeah, all of us need to go.
Well, hey, y'all don't want to get elected. Y'all want to get into it, so you listen to us, please. We need to get it started. Okay, the only thing I have heard from the past 3 months is Division Street, parties, and life. That's all I have heard for the past 3 months. I want to hear something that pertains to us people. But I like to have our taxes to be paid, our taxes to be paid and get our roads done out here. Quite time to say, y'all working hard. I understand that. So,
Yeah, and it's all volunteer too.
volunteer, that's right.
It's all volunteer. And I also wanted to bring up something else that's been addressed. There's no homeowners association going out in Flagler Estates, nor will they ever be a homeowners association, because you cannot put a homeowners association out here. And there's been talk
No, we
about
don't
it
want
on
that.
Facebook or anything. We cannot put a homeowners association
want
out
to.
here, nor do we want a homeowners association. So there's been a lot of talk on Facebook about, oh, we're trying to get it. There's no homeowners association going out.
I'm down on there and I'm talking about homeowner association about 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe longer than that. When there were like 200 something people showed up that day, right?
Yeah.
And 2 women tried to get it started.
Now, what is
Other than that, we don't want to.
nobody, Dean, nobody does. That's
No,
the whole
that's
point.
exactly it.
We all agree.
We got old boys, they got nothing to do, right around.
It will never
Oh,
happen.
Well, I just wanted to clarify that no HOA is being out there.
What's the complaint about Division Street? Because it's Division Street. It divides
Well,
St.
keep
John's
caring
and
about
Flagler.
the roads or something, okay? Well,
They
there are
want it
other
graded, they
people.
want it graded, or what do
I
they
have
want?
no idea.
They're gonna put millions on it, but only our half, not to Flagler Park.
I didn't heard you what you said.
They're gonna put millions on it, but the part that's St. John's.
Million.
Millions.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't reckon that's gonna hurt
Well,
nobody.
what happens is, Division Street's right down the middle is Flagler State.
Yeah, I know. I go down Division and
So
take the
it's- so
tailgate,
it's
let
Flag-
the dogs run
so
it,
it's
and I
Flag-
take them back.
So is Flagler County gonna pay for another half?
Yeah.
Flagler County never paid for
Well,
it. We actually
they got
built that
three
in Bronx.
people want this road done. There's other people been waiting over 30 years to get that road done. Don't step over us.
Hey, but
Wait
look,
your turn.
what, I just would say this, honestly, as a girl that's been out here forever and grown up.
I was born and raised.
Yeah, I know. So since we's like 2 good old people that we know what we's talking about,
Right.
look, ain't nobody need to waste their money on Division, because look, can't nobody live on this side because there's a damn canal. So you got to live on the other side. And if you go to the other side, it's called Division for a reason, because that side's Flagler County.
That's right.
Why they paying for their shit? So why they paying for their shit?
It had something to do with school.
So, yeah.
Hang on.
The county requiring this for the school buses. That's what this was
Well,
about.
who the hell's got a bus stop on that damn road? That's what I'm trying to say. There ain't no damn houses on that
I don't have
road.
kids in school.
Well, I'm just saying the houses is all on the other side of the canal. There ain't nobody on that road.
I don't know.
I run my dogs down that road. I take them in the dog box and drop the tailgate. I know. I'm just saying, there ain't no damn houses.
I have no clue what's going on.
I mean, if you get down yonder past Kirshner, there might be that one hillbilly dude that whatever lives off the lake.
Yeah, so I encourage you guys to go to Flagler Estates Road and Water meeting, because they're in charge of the roads out here. Thursday at 7 p.m.
All right. God bless
They're all
you.
down, nobody's there.
I'm
No one's there. There's
Dean, it was good to see you.
Dean said there was 3 people there the other day.
That was it. That's all I got was for it. They don't have it.
Did jump on there.
So why did
Yes, beginning.
Years. You know just what you used to be?
I know. But I know the lady. That's from Georgia.
Yeah, no, I got it right here, Bill. About the road and water.
Yeah, it's a concept. Represent.
Right.
No,
Are
it's
you
a represent. Bill knows.
Okay,
When does the,
actually put some of those.
So I'll put in a background. So that's.
Cycle County and
There you go. Because he's one of the boys, so he knows his third Wednesday.
$500,000.
Oh, first Wednesday.
Yeah.
I can tell you
So the next meeting is gonna be September 26th here for us, so September 26th. Hopefully before then, we'll be able to announce, where the fall festival is going to take place. Yeah, I mean, and guys, we're here for you, but we're not in charge of the things that y'all think we're in charge of. We can't lower your taxes. We can't lower impact fees. That is.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Yeah, I mean, we're four now. We're all four volunteers. We literally volunteer our time. We take away our time from going to our jobs to go to these county meetings. And we're doing it for you guys and we're doing it for us. But you can't come to us and say, lower the fees or why didn't the trash pickup? I don't know. Call the trash pickup people.
Maybe we need to work on this, the things we get, some things we do, and then things like the vote and count that we fellows do, and then what has to go to the county.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Somebody can take notes where.
I'm so glad that you're aboard now. I truly work with you.
Oh, good.
You and I work a lot with work together a lot. I'm hopeful for people. That's excellent ideas. And, I really do believe that, I'm looking to Jack to provide us resources over and over to help these, the people that
David and Dave.
to help the people that have been here. That I do not want we should not want anyone priced out of their home. And if there's something our TIF funds can do to improve their quality of life by installing a ramp, by helping a roof, isn't there a community block grant application? When does that start?
So, first of all, there is a community block grant.
Yes, please speak sometime, like bring a speaker out.
That's you guys.
Jack.
That's not my job.
Oh, well, it was Ortiz.
Only because she was asked.
Well, I think you should talk and ask Jack Mitchell to help bring us people, to help people stay in their homes here. Please.
So, for a second, yes, there is a community block grant program. We have a housing within the housing department. There are programs that help people who meet the criteria to get stuff repaired in their house and that sort of stuff. Those are county programs. Those are actually there. I suspect, though, that the TIP dollars would not be used for that because an individual and not county regional five states issue. And at the end of the day, the commission has to approve spending of funds. You just can't say, "Oh, we want to paint the streets blue," and then pull the money out and do it. It has to go back to the commission, and they have to approve it. Case in point, you look at what's going on in West Augustine CRA. Right now, the last commission meeting, they approved financing from the TIP to do a survey of county-owned lots to see what's buildable and what's not. That the commission deemed was appropriate because so much water is on the land. A lot of those lots aren't buildable, so they need a survey. That's an example of using TIF dollars approved by the commission for the community. Programs that you just mentioned will probably not be approved to do that. But if you want me to see about bringing someone to come and speak to that, just send me an email, make it official, and I'll go do that.
Okay.
To find out if there are programs like that.
I have it over here.
I think that would help a lot. I'm sure within. We're all getting priced out. I mean, that's just what it is. We are getting priced out.
Sally, I know you're here and I know y'all have an event coming up, so if you want to,
Thank you. Fine.
so Sally O'Hare is in charge of Main Street and Hastings Mainstreet, and I did an event with her was it a month ago?
July 13th.
July, and it was amazing, downtown Hastings, so much fun. And they have another one coming up, but it's going to be tonight one too.
Yeah, it's a night market. So there's a few things. We've got September 6th, they're going to break ground at the library site. So
Cool.
New library on Main Street. And then the very next day, September 7th, we have a community meeting in the morning, and I've got a speaker coming in to talk about the Florida Citrus Hall of Fame, the Citrus Trail. And then the afternoon from 4 to 8 o'clock, we've got the night market. So we've only this is our second night market, and I asked that no gnats not be there.
Well, I have plenty of things, and we have bug spray now.
Excellent.
So,
we are in direct communication with FDL and the county on replacing all the light poles up and down Main Street and putting in new LEDs, and that'll be done.
Send us your contact.
yeah, if you did it before us, we need your contact.
Yeah. But we got a lot of things going, and we got a new business open. Anything EC opened up. The George the owners live out here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. So we're moving it, and Chocolate Bakery and Hastings Nutrition will open this month too.
Now, Chocolate, they're not open to the public, are they?
They're not a bakery. They're a teaching cater.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They're
next to the coffee shop.
What time is the meeting on September 7th in the morning?
In the morning, it's 10 o'clock, and I'm not sure where we're going to have it because we were having it at the library, which is moved. We were having it at the bakery, which is moved. So it'll probably be 316 or 301, one of those buildings on Main Street.
And if you guys have Facebook, if y'all follow the Hastings Mainstreet, she posts all of that on their social media as well.
Erin does.
Erin.
But we've got good communications.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, I have a really curious question. So if somebody wants to open a business, do they have to run it by Hastings Main Street, or do you find the businesses on the street?
Excellent question. No. You open a business as you would normally in the county, following all the rules and regs. What Main Street does is help you survive and thrive. So we will help you with whatever additional support you need, who to contact, where to go. If you got issues with permitting, we kind of connect the dots for you. And we do offer educational sessions. So as we move forward, we're going to have incubated classes for startup businesses to improve the opportunities.
I wish we'd get a pizza room as our.
A lot of the Hastings Main Street business takes place at the Spot Restaurant in the morning.
Other than that, do anybody have any other questions?
Good question, everybody. Ladies, great.
Secretary?
What places do you bring to the table?
What do I bring to the table?
What vices?
What vices?
Yeah, good question.
I drink a lot of coffee. I'm very honest. Like I am very unfiltered.
That's
But I'm also very smart. So I'm in your corner. I live here. I live here.
She's very informational. She will definitely inform you about everything.
Yeah, I'm very.
Yeah.
I'm very. Everybody needs to know.
She's one of our homesteaders.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
For roaches, and I think
Yeah, my husband and I own a discard roach business, so we grow, raise and breed discard roaches and send them out for reptile feeders all the time.
I'll never come to your house.
They're very bougie, it's all very bougie, they have their own heating and air system and they get classical music pumped in.
I think at your next meeting, you'll have a lot more people there this time.
Yes, they need to come.
Yeah.
If you can all come here, come there. Show them some love. Give them some feedback.
It's a great meeting. I just went there to go last time.
This lady over here mentioned about the tax increase this year. The cost of running the equipment just to mow your ditches and clean.
Well, half the time they don't know ours, he does.
So and clean it out.
Well,
All and ask for it.
yeah.
Yeah, you can also message
It's a cost of fuel, the maintenance on the equipment,
I
and
do too.
the employees' salaries.
And our road is so terrible, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that good on it, but there's big old potholes, they got more on top of it, and it washes away the first rain.
Some of you aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but the CRA, when it was formed back in 2002, one of their main projects was paving roads.
Yeah.
Yes, they're out of money. They're paying off.
It's paved as far as over.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just horrible.
I know.
And past Vicky, you can't go down that way because it's.
What tears them up? Drugs, four-wheelers, motorcycles.
Yeah, but it's not, we don't do that.
Yeah.
It needs to be paved, not just to have millets out the holes. That's what the problem is.
We had the hardest one.
Really, whatever it's called, really.
So we had to pave, Kircher from the boulevard to Amos. And it was almost $2 million.
Yeah, melons are very, very expensive.
Because they recycle them.
And you can't hardly find them either, so they're really expensive. So
Yeah, I got shook when I heard that Mike had to pay for St. Helens at the last meeting.
it's I can't remember.
Well, meeting adjourned,
But I did want to let y'all know there's a bag full of food over here and a bag full of lemons.